All right. So this is going to be really about your intention. Like this will be a training in how you can look at what are you really looking to make happen in the world. Okay. So there's two things that I'll just at least speak for myself and in general for guys is as you're out there achieving and you're out there doing your best to make your intention become a reality, there are a couple factors at play. One is it's like the speed and like deadlines, the fact that we live in a space-time reality where consequence is real. It's like there's certain things we have to do in a set time. And then in that process, depending on how far out your objective is, you'll hit moments where you want to speed up your process. Or you might even call into question if you're gonna hit the objective. So this comes from actually someone had sent me a message and he was asking me to explain how I saw the difference between these two words. And I I find it one, it's interesting because I know he's an entrepreneurial guy. He's also a father. He's like looking at really how he can get to that next level. And in that process, you do hit moments of, let's say, desperation, and there's a urgency to move. But let's really just pull apart these words because words are so important. All right. Um, he had asked me this. And as I thought about it, I was like, Wiktionary is the best place that I found for it's called etymology, but it's like where do words come from? Because when you can really understand where words come from, um, that that helps. By no means is it going to now change how you hold that word within you. I mean, maybe if you focused on it every single day for 7 days straight and you repeated it yourself, sure, that would have some effect. But I'm talking like automatic, unconscious. What does this word mean to you? So that's what I know he was asking. But I wanted to just do a little like training to help people understand the value of getting knowledge and where words come from. So I looked up the word urgent, right, on Wiktionary, wiktionary.org, and it comes from this, I don't know, urgens. I don't speak Latin, but from urgere, let's just say it's something like that, to press. Interesting. So when you're urgent, there's like there's some sort of pressing, or you think about pressure. Well, it comes from the same root, right? So from Proto-Indo-European werg, which is interesting because werg is the same word as the word work. It's the same origin. When you do this long enough, you start to see the patterns. But it means to bind or squeeze. And then the other word, desperate, right? Now you can see how it's kind of different. Is comes from despero, some Latin word, which means to be without hope. Or it's like from Latin de, so it's like away from or of, and then sparrow. And sparrow, that's S-P-E-R-O, so not like the bird or anything, right? But it comes from spe, S-P-E-H. And you'll notice that S-P-E-H or that root in words like prosper, right? So that's a little bit about vocabulary. Obviously, that's like pretty small stuff. And if it's not changing at the unconscious level, it's more just like knowledge and stuff. But I'm making this too for the people who are like, in the process and you're really starting to unpack your vocabulary and look at words and your memories with them. Looking at the words urgency and desperation, the other part I would say is make yourself a word web. Um, Write out all the associated words with urgency and then do it with desperation too, because you probably have specific memories of each. So it's important to distinguish these so then you can actually start to do the process. So the self-forgiveness and the techniques are on it. That's how you're going to really be able to process these words and all those memories. So then urgency, you can basically redefine it. Urgency doesn't have to be bad. I like urgency, like why I get out of bed in the morning and why I, drive as fast as I can legally to like appointments and things. It's like I like to be efficient. I like to be effective. I want to go meet people. I want to go do things. Urgency is cool. Just don't turn it into like haste, or like rushing while being foolish about it. Like you can be fully present here and also have a sense of urgency to you. Okay? Then yeah, desperation is worthy of redefining. And you can do that for yourself. But looking at letting go of hope too. It's not about having hope. The best definition I ever heard of hope, shout out Avery, is have one purpose, equality. And he just came up with that one time, like right there. It was great. So don't worry about hope, whatever. Desperate, like I would encourage you really look at any sense of lack and any sense of giving up. Because that, to me, and again, that's my projection on what desperation would be. But at the end of the day, this is about you doing your own process. These are just two words to look at and contrast, and to show you how much you can get from really having a grasp on vocabulary. And when you can see how you're living these words, major key, how you're living them, wow, you get a lot from it. All right, cool.